Hello, welcome. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Welcome. I have somewhat of a different setup here. It's not live, but this is really kind of unedited. The only thing that would change is where I would edit is where I would take it off, change the different pals. Anyway, but I just want you to be aware that this is unedited version of Pick a Card. Now, we have four Pick a Cards, and this is for the month of October. Now, October, we have eclipse happening, and it is, of course, eclipse season. We have one eclipse season kind of ending, not kind of ending, and one beginning. Well, not beginning, but okay. So October 14th, we are going to have an annual solar eclipse, and on the 28th, at the end of October, we have our lunar eclipse. And just some brief things on eclipse so you can know what you're in for this month of October. This reading is also going to connect with both eclipse. Okay, so eclipses are dramatic. Okay, they're like the wild card. A solar eclipse is really a new moon on steroids, and a lunar eclipse is a full moon on steroids. Okay, so eclipse bring news of life, of big events. Eclipse feed your sense of time and change things. The job of the eclipse is to shine a light on the truth. So get ready for that. With all eclipses, something is going to end and something else will begin. They will bring previously hidden information that's going to allow the situation to move faster. Okay? Big life events happen. Big life changes happen when we have eclipses. So pay attention to any areas of your life that needs change. Eclipses always arrive in pairs. That's why we have the new moon and the full moon, solar and lunar eclipse happening. So any messages you hear, even in this tarot reading, as you are living through life, I want you to really pay attention to the signals of them. Okay, so they're non-negotiable. You must be firm and accept the messages that you hear and move on if you're supposed to move on, which most eclipses are about movement. Okay, so take notice to all the news signals you get anytime you're near an eclipse. Okay, even like gossip. Just be aware of that. Okay, it's vital to guard your health. If your birthday falls 5 days of the eclipse, or also 6 months from now. Okay, so yes, and that's 180 degrees. So eclipse almost always bring up any kind of unexpected change in directions. Also, assuming if it touches your sun moon, you can book a reading for that. So be ready for that. Occasionally, an important person may even be cut out of your life, okay, with an eclipse. So that is what we have. And yes, so I wanted you to know little nutshell of what eclipses mean. And since we're going to experience 2 of them this month, this reading is going to be extra saucy and extra important. So now that we know that going into this reading, then we're going to pick a card. Now, please don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe. I'll actually have this beautiful thing here. So please follow, like, subscribe, share, and that will help me out. And I am going to connect a reading for my Patreon readers exclusively connected to the eclipse. So look out for that and go ahead and join my eclipse Patreon, not my eclipse, my Patreon for the eclipse. Okay. So let me see what else we have. I think that's it. So now we can go ahead and start and pick a card. Oh, also, I will go into detail on the solar and lunar eclipse. I do a weekly astrology and I do horoscopes with that. So go ahead and check out that link. You can check out last week's, which is currently this week, actually. And I do them. I post them Saturday, Sunday, mostly Sunday, but I think I'm gonna change it to Saturday. We'll see how we feel about that. Okay, so let's get ready to start Pick a Card. If you are new to Pick a Card, there will be time steps. Now, this is a live video, so the first, while it's live, there won't be a timestamp. However, if you're not watching this live, you can go ahead and click the timestamp, but I will have the timestamp in the description if you are watching it live. Now, well, it's uploaded, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so this first deck here, what I was going to say, if you are new to pick a card, what you do is you go to the timestamp for the first deck, second deck, third, fourth. Okay, it's all the same deck. I apologize for the sound, and we may be getting some real life sounds happening because this is live and this is unedited. So just apologies, disclaimers, all happening now. Okay, so for pile 1, you can either choose by the number 1, or what you feel resonates to you just by the looks of it, or even the crystal. Okay, so you have 3 different ways, however you choose to pick one. Okay, so pile 1 is I think it's rhodonite crystal. I know what it means. I know the healing properties of it, and this is really pretty. It's kind of pink. With the black and gray, but it's a peaceful stone and it helps believers feel more compassionate and believing. So and forgiving. So if you need to work on compassion and forgiveness, this is great for you. And that is definitely what eclipse season will do. It's encouraging harmony in any troubled relationships. And you can use it with your heart chakra for emotional being. Okay. So that's what we have for the first. And for the second pile, we have the magnetite, and it is somewhat of a form of magnet. So whatever you think about a magnet is what you get with this crystal, and it helps people attract things and people and situations they most desire in their life. So anything you want, this crystal will help draw that and attract it to you. Okay. When placed on the crown or root chakra, it will help align all the chakras. So it's great for balance and balance for the body as well. Okay. If you wear this crystal, it's good for psychic protection for all my Saturn and Pisces and Saturn generation. I know you guys are really serious about protecting your psychic ability and your spirituality. So this is really good. But, for people even who are dealing with that. And also, it also helps increase mental clarity. Okay, so that is pile 2. Now, pile 3, we have one of my favorites. This is the cherry quartz. I have to say, for superficial reasons, this is why it's my favorite, because it's so pretty. And this heals past emotional traumas. And it's also, you can connect this with your heart chakra. It's said to break through a negative emotions. That's including jealousy, okay, anger, anxiety, while instilling a sense of inner peace and comfort. So if you also this is somewhat like forgiveness. You see the colors are very similar, but emotional traumas is more the issue here. Its physical benefit is about bringing balance for physical energy and harmonizing physical energy with spirituality. Okay, so that's what we have for this crystal here. And this last crystal, pile 4, and that's pile 3. So pile 4 is the lapis crystal, and love this crystal here. I mean, I love them all. But this crystal is powerful, vibrating stone. It stimulates the third eye chakra, okay? And it's a great alignment for spirituality and spiritual wisdom. And it intensifies the connection with the spirit, right? And it also aids anyone who's using this crystal to develop their psychic abilities. So if you want to really tap into that intuition this month, this might be the pile that you want to pick. It encourages harmony and balance for greater happiness and well-being. So that's what we have for all our pals. And I will give you time right now to pick your pal. Welcome, pile 1, to your reading, and you have chose the rhodonite. So I'm wondering if you are here to work on forgiveness, especially with these eclipse happening. this month. Also, on October 14th, that is the solar eclipse, and that's going to happen in the sign of Libra. So we're dealing with some relationships, possibly. And then the lunar eclipse, which is full moon, that's really intense, is Taurus. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and the deck that I'm using is this is the deck that I'm using, is Santa Muerte. Muerte, I'm pretty sure it means saint of the dead. It says Book of the Dead here, tarot. So love this tarot deck, especially for Scorpio, Halloween energy. And we are going to deal with Libra and Scorpio season 2 this month. So, we have some cards already popping out here for my pile 1. Let me see. Do one more. Okay, so this first beautiful card here is, it looks like it says 9, but it's really 6. It is 6 of Cups. And this is all about giving and receiving. Maybe someone is generous here. And yeah, we'll get more into it. But no, sorry, that's Pentacles. This is about some memories here. Someone who's there's some nostalgic. It may be some reunions with friendships, okay? Because we are dealing with Cups. And Cups is water, and it's all about your memory and what you remember and emotions, right? So there's something nostalgia happening this month. There's a sense of innocence too, because it's childlike. Reunions and friendships, something from the past and something that is very memorable here. Now, again, we have another 6. Okay, so we see some connections here with 6 here this month, but this is a transition, right? And I'm wondering if it's a transition from the past. We'll get more into it, but this is a transition, maybe relocating or moving. This is the Swords. The Swords is all about logic and communication and mental. So, and it's very calm waters here. And the water is emotion. So you are moving. There is some healing happening here and transitioning. And then again, another 6. So we definitely have the number 6 here. And this is prevalent for you. Okay, so 666. I know it seems very demonic because that's what we're used to, but God has created everything, right? And in an angel number, when you have these 3 numbers, it's all about refocusing and finding balance in your life. So this could be something that you're seeing throughout the whole month. Now, this card here is all about celebration. There's a victory. You're on stage. So there's something from your past, something that could be innocent or something nostalgic. And there's a transitioning happening here and some type of healing. And there's going to be victory. Now, not lastly. And then we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands could be a new romance. If this is something that is evolving some type of relationship, this could be a new romance happening, or some type of new inspiration. Could be a new job, but it's also a new spark for motivation or creativity happening here. So that's what you get with this one. And lastly, we have the Magician. Now, this is the big kabang, and this is towards the end. This is the conclusion. So this is the path you are going to have this month. And once you get this spark, once you get this creativity, there's some action here, right? So this is also dealing with Mercury. Mercury is the planet of thinking and communication, the Magician. And the Magician is also about, sorry, I'm making sure things are focused. I'm reaching over here, but it's all about focus and creativity. As I'm saying, I'm making sure things are in focus. And turning whatever your dream is into reality. This is the card of almost manifestation, because God has given you the tools, and now you're going to use the tools and have some action here, right? So this is the magician. It's almost like magic, like things are going to appear for you this month. So this is a journey. Something from your past here is coming up, and there may be some releasing that needs to happen, some movement, some moving or healing happening. But there's definitely a transition, not too intense, because that's not a major arcana, but this transition is going to cause some victories, some celebrations. You're on stage, people are celebrating you. And then lastly, this celebration is going to spark some new creativity, maybe a new job, a new love, a new romance. And lastly, this is the action that's going to be manifested here. Now let's pull some more cards for my group one. And actually, ooh, there's a celebration here. So there is a celebration. There's a celebration every time we link up. It makes me think of, but there is definitely a celebration, friendships, maybe even like a friend circle happening here. Maybe this is something from your past, or when you start to transition, that will happen. And then we have the High Priestess. I love this card, okay, because the High Priestess is very Pisces energy and moon energy, right? So it's all about what's mysterious and what are the secrets. And there's intuition and trusting your intuition. This is spiritual intelligence happening here. So you want to have spirituality and wisdom, and you want them to connect. Now, this is a major arcana. So when you have this celebration and when you have this transition happening, you want to really tap into your intuition and use your spiritual wisdom, use your spiritual guidance, okay? Whatever your moon sign is, so like if you're moon in Aries and you're emotionally trying to start anew, or want to be the leader in something, then go with that gut. Whatever your gut is telling you, whatever your intuition is telling you, you really want to lean in on that this month especially. And then we have the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is an interesting card, right? Because air is all about logic, communication, the mentality, okay, and words. But there is some bullying, or someone is stealing, or maybe even some violence. This could be even like an abusive relationship. So let me see, because whenever it's touching a card, it's something. So here you have a victory, but I wonder if someone's going to steal your victory, or try, or steal your idea. So you're getting celebrated for this new idea, or celebrated for this new loved one, or this new romance. And this card always makes me think of stealing, some type of violence, some type of abusive happening in relationships. So, or maybe this new love interest could be an abusive person. We don't, I'm not trying to call that out, because I never want to bring out negativity, but just be aware of this energy, be aware of the lies and the thieving. Someone could be stealing an idea from you, okay? Which is kind of good, because that means it's a great idea. Now, then we have the Page of Wands. Someone also could be stealing your energy. Now, I know one of the crystals was about protecting. This isn't it, but it just made me think of, I apologize for the noise. It makes me think of someone stealing your energy. So be aware of that. Now, lastly, with this tarot, we have the Page of Wands. And the page of any suit is the earth energy. So it's all about taking your time and paying attention to details, because you're new to this. This also could be a young fire sign. So a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Young, right? When I say young, I mean a kid, okay? So kid meaning like someone young, like elementary, junior high, could be high school, but just very young, okay? Anyone you assume to be a kid. Or this could be the energy of someone starting something new, right? So I am a grown-up, but I could be starting, and Wands is all about creativity, something that's very passionate or love. Now, it looks like it really is something, a start here. Something's really starting for you. And it's starting with either with romance, it's starting with creativity, giving birth to something, physically, or just mentally giving birth to something. But there is something very creative for you happening this month, very positive. Now, you are going to have your little negative moment. Life is about ups and downs. Now, because we are dealing with eclipse this month, I'm going to do some moon cards here. I'll pull this deck. Oh, I'll just put it here. Put it to the side. Okay, so I have my Moonology Oracle deck here. And let's see what we have for this full moon eclipse and for the new moon eclipse, okay? Ooh, we have a super moon, which we just had recently, and the emotions are running high whenever we have a super moon. And I'm wondering what this is probably why you have to tap into that intuition, because this emotions are running high. And I wonder if you're going to your friends to deal with these emotions, because we are dealing with Libra with one of the eclipse. And what do you need to release? Anytime there is a new moon, there is a need of releasing. So release, forgive, and let go. Okay, and ooh, new moon in Taurus. Okay, so right on the head, right? Property lies ahead. So prosperity, sorry. And Taurus is all about your resources, okay? And here we have some manifestations. Whenever we have a new moon, it's about manifesting. So really tap into your coin and resources. Now, I know we don't have, pentacles are usually finance. And if you're here and you're for finance, this is the golden ticket here. You can manifest, use this creativity to help you manifest, because there's some resources that I'm not going to say could, that is happening, okay? And this is just the start of it, okay? It may not happen this month, but it's going, you may not be receiving it this month, but this is the start of it. And also remember, this energy is earth energy. Even though this is the Page of Wands, this is the beginning of, so it's moving very slow, it's learning, it's paying attention to the details to manifest. But all of this here is very positive. The Ace here, the Magician, the Page, and then you have this new moon. All very positive, especially when it comes to resources. And resources does not have to be money. It could be whatever you deem as a resource. So is your family a resource? How do you make your money? Are you a singer? Is your voice a resource? Are you a model? Your looks could be a resource. Your brain, because you use your brain to do things, that could be a resource. So whatever you deem as a resource is happening. So go ahead and manifest. Let me pull a few more other cards for you guys. Okay, so for this month, you need to know your worth. Okay, again, we have a 6, 24 is a 6, and here we have the coin. So if you have any insecurities, and you may be having some, because we are dealing with some water energy towards the beginning of this month, and it leads towards the end here. You want to know your worth. You want to have confidence, especially when it comes to your God-given gifts. And again, remember the 6. And then we have 54, which is a 9. That means that it's the ending of some type of journey. But you have to have the fighting spirit. You have to persevere. You have to keep fighting. You have to stay strong. This always makes me think of Aries, right? Because Aries is the fighter of the zodiac. They're brave. But you also need a little earth to balance you out and to persevere. So just keep fighting. Stay strong with this energy. And it makes me think you have to stay strong when you are transitioning, and you have to stay strong when the emotions are at its high, okay? And then we have, this is 29. 29 equals 11, okay? And that is the new beginning of something. Also equals 2. So relationships and love. But there needs to be a different perspective, okay? So you're getting celebrated, and you need to change the perspective, especially when you're dealing with your intuition and wisdom and this thievery happening here. Change your perspective. God is probably going to shift your world this month, and there's a reason why it's shifting, because you need to change the way you're thinking of things, okay? And then too, she's like falling upside down, because it's what do you need to release? There needs to be an awakening on what you need to release. I'm moving my mic up here. Hold on one. I'm trying to adjust my mic, the height of it, and I'm hoping it didn't mess anything up. But okay, I'm hoping the sound is better because it was lower than my mouth. Anyway, but yeah, you're upside down here. It makes me think you need to release something here, even though you've been celebrated. Definitely letting go and changing that perspective. Let's see what we have here. Lastly. And we have your vibe, your tribe. This is your foundation. This is your roots. This is your home. This is your community, right? Because 31 equals 4. 4 is stability and structure. And go ahead and connect with that. You were hanging out with some friends here. You look like you're hanging out with some friends later on in a month as well. And Libra season is all about socializing and having fun. So that is definitely happening for you. And you want to also make sure you're hanging out with people who bring structure and stability in your life, people who you connect with, people you have common ground, maybe the same morals, same value. You want to make sure you hang out with people who are like you. And new moon in Taurus. And Taurus energy too is very stubborn and very fixed. So that is, there's good to bad to every energy. And it is good when it's like, I really want the quality of friends, because Taurus energy is going to be stubborn and only want quality friends, okay? And it looks like you can manifest that towards whenever you want to, but manifest it will definitely happen towards the end of the month. So that's what we have here. I hope you guys, group 1, enjoyed your reading. If you want more about the eclipse, please check out my next video that's coming up. I do that every weekly. And also join the Patreon because I will do exclusive readings on my Patreon, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, Pal 2. Welcome to your reading. And of course, you picked the Magmanite, okay? And remember, this is going to attract certain things in your life, all positive, right? Amazing energy, and also for psychic protection. And if that is what you want, this is what this reading is about. And remember, we are dealing with eclipse energy as well. We are dealing with Taurus energy for the eclipse and Libra. So remember that. Now, the solar eclipse is going to be in a sign of Libra, and the lunar eclipse, which is a full moon, is in a sign of Taurus. So solar eclipse, Libra, that's all about relationships, harmony and balance and the truth. And then the full moon, which is like the full moon on steroids. So that lunar eclipse is in the sign of Taurus, and we're at the end of that season. So there's some closure definitely happening and releasing with some resources or some sorts, okay? So, but let's get on to your tarot reading and what we have for you in the month of October. For my pal 2. And we have the Hermit. This is either a Virgo or someone who needs to seek solitude, someone who needs to, I would think, like, have some self-expertise, someone who learns on their own, go within for clarity, right? And this could be someone who's on a personal quest for the truth, for knowledge on their own, right? So this is not someone who's like going to school. Also really going into the nooks and crannies and clearing out whatever the energy is, because that's Virgo. Virgo wants to perfect whatever the problem is. And this is a major arcana. So major arcana means that it's a big deal, okay? Big secret. Now we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now I'm just laughing because I'm looking at the card, and the 8 of Pentacles is all about mastery, right? And creating, perfecting your craft, and creating like a body of work. And it's interesting because this person, I feel like they're holding a purse. It looks like they're holding a purse, but that is what the 8 of Pentacles is. And I wonder what's in that purse. Is it knowledge? Is it the tools that you need to perfect that craft? But that's what we have with this card. So here, and that is very Virgo energy, perfecting that craft. That definitely is connected there. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. This was actually in the first readings. So in the first reading, and anytime we have not the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have the Wands, we're dealing with fire energy. It's very creative, very passionate, okay? Very brave too. And when we have the Ace of Wands, we're dealing with either a new romance, a new project, a new job, new inspiration, very creative energy, right? That could be also to the beginning of a spiritual energy too. And we have the Eight of Cups here. And this is about walking away from what no longer serves you. This could be also an abandonment. Maybe you're withdrawal, you're moving on now. You're retreating from whatever situation. And it's an emotional or spiritual situation. Water also holds memory, so it could be something from your past that you are releasing, letting go. So just to go back on what we have here, this is about going within and perfecting something from within. And it's a Hermit, it's Virgo energy, and it's a major arcana. So maybe getting clarity from within, a quest for a personal truth, right? And then you have this perfection and both the same, perfecting a craft, really working in mastery, and really getting to the details of something. I'm very connected here. And then you have this spark of new love that's happening, possibly a new passion, new inspiration, new spark of creativity. I'm very positive. God has given it to you. And then you have this, it seems somewhat sad, but I love this new energy of walking away. So you're walking away from something this month in October. Oops. And it's the Hierophant. The Hierophant, and this is also a 5. 5 is change and conflict. But the Hierophant is all about tradition and a spiritual leader. And it could be religious, right? Some type of ceremony. And yes, very Taurus energy is what we have here. So kind of like sticking to traditions in the past is what we have now. This is very interesting. But fifth card and the number 5. So towards the end of the month, you want to stay in your values. You want to stick to your traditions, your core beliefs. That's what I think when I think of this card. And or it could be something very religious happening here. So let's see what else we have. We have the 5 of Cups. So yeah, this month is going to bring some emotions for you. And then again, we're dealing with 2 5s here. And there is some change. This could be about loss, regret, grief, feeling abandoned or feeling unloved. Very emotional energy, especially with these eclipses. So you are walking away from someone with this eclipse this season. This month. But there is some grief. There is some loss and feeling like you're unloved. Now, you are perfecting something. You are going within. And with that, maybe it's going to bring some awareness, and you're gonna lose someone. And you will have the grief, but however, it's very positive because towards this end of this month here, you know what your core beliefs are and your true values are, right? And there's a spark of energy happening here. Now we have another major arcana, and this is the Justice card, and it's also Libra season. This also represents Libra. So this is all about winning or win-win solutions, right? Or there's a cause and effect. This is about harmony and balance. There's some truth happening here. There's some justice happening. If you're dealing with anything but law, it's going to be in your favor because this card is an upright. And it looks like with the details of things and with this spark of energy, it's going to bring some harmony, some balance, maybe a friendship, because Libra is all about union or partnership in some way, because it could be even connected with this, definitely a romance here. But you're perfecting something, you're working on your mastery. So maybe when you're working, this happens, or working on yourself, then this is going to bring some positive relationship. You're losing something and gaining something. Now, these 3 cards fell, so we're going to put them all out here. Can you see that one? Yes. Is this one? I'm trying to make it straight. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands. And the 10 of Wands is a lot of burden, Okay, it's a lot of heaviness on you. There could be some stress, maybe too much responsibilities. But there is this butterfly here because the 10 is a 1 and a 0. So there's infinite possibilities in a new journey starting here at the same time. So you're ending a journey and infinite possibilities starting anew, right? And the butterfly is all about transition. So because you have this stress and exhaustion, or you might have too many responsibilities, especially when we're dealing with this card here of walking away from something and this new drive or something, it's going to have a positive effect, which is a transition. Anytime you have a butterfly, there is a transitioning here, okay, for the positive. Now we have the Queen, and the Queen of Swords is all about water. Any queen in any suit is all about, sorry, someone's calling you right now. Any queen is all about water, and they're very compassionate. A female air sign, this could be Gemini, Aquarius, any air sign. I'm just Gemini, Aquarius. What is the other air sign? I can't. Oh gosh, wait, hold on. Hope this is still working. Sorry, I got thrown off because my phone came on and it turned off my whatever. Sorry. Anyway, but any air sign. So we're dealing with Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Yes, and we're dealing with Libra season. But so apologize, Libras, for not saying it earlier. But we are dealing with the Swords and Queen of Swords. So there's water energy mixing with air energy. So water is all about your emotions and compassion and spirituality mixed with logic and intelligence and socializing and really working on that, right? Or you could be a female air sign, right? A grown-up one, not a kid. So you have this, and you have this Eight of Cups walking away from someone. So you're using your compassion and your logic to walk away from someone, and you're using your compassion and logic or your communication to stick to your core values. And then here we have to end of the month that there is a strong transition here. This is very positive at the end here, especially if you are dealing with your money, okay? Because this is all about leaving a legacy of some sort. When we have the 10 of Pentacles, of course, we have another butterfly. If you are getting butterflies this month, if you see a butterfly, this is a sign. Look and pay attention to what it relates and what it resonates for you. But this is all about leaving a legacy and inheritance, or maybe even a retirement of some sort, retiring from something, especially when you have this Eight of Cups walking away from what no longer serves you. But it looks like you're walking away several times because, again, remember what 10 represents. The 1 is the new beginning. 0 is infinite possibilities. So definitely the end of a journey in a new and starting anew in a transition. But you want to remember these things here, sticking to your core values and whatever your core religion is, a spiritual leader of some sort. But it's very Taurus, so it's stuck and it's fixed and it's tradition. Okay, so let me pull some other cards. Oh, here. Actually, let me get my Moonology. Because we have the eclipse this month, we're going to pull some moon cards, see what we have here. We have the full moon, surrender to the divine. Remember, any full moon is, a tug of war between your sun and your emotions, your physical from your emotions, and it's very emotional. So during this full moon, which is going to be eclipse this month, remember to surrender to God, okay? Let God take over, especially with this 5 here, okay? Especially with this loss and grief. If you're feeling unloved and hurt, just remember to surrender to God. Let God take over. It will be perfectly fine, and then you will have the balance and the truth. Now we have this new moon in Taurus, and this Taurus energy, this card has come up several times. Now, the lunar eclipse is going to be, which is the full moon, is going to be in the sign of Taurus. But this card is saying a new moon in Taurus. So really focus, just know that this new spark of something, creativity or passion, is going to really give you some resources, okay? Prosperity lies ahead. Apologies for the sound. Also with this, changing this new infinite possibilities. Okay. And I'm sorry. distracted by background situations. Okay, and then we have adjustments are required. Okay, so especially with this third quarter moon card here. So adjustments are required. Anything dealing with your words and communication, okay? Anything dealing with this, what you need to walk away. Of course, that is a major adjustment. Emotionally, the adjustment has to happen, okay? Whatever needs to be released this month, it is required. Do not think it's an option. It is mandatory. Okay, so a relationship, a job, a person, a situation, just know that it's required. And then lastly, blue moon, believe in the possibility, okay? Use your core values. Focus on this new legacy that you're having, because there is the impossible that is happening in a very positive light for you. Group 2. Let me pull a few more other cards for you guys. We have the day you plant the seed. This is an 8, and it's movement when you plant the seed to make things grow. So here you're working on yourself and doing a lot of inner work. And the day you start that, then there'll be some progress happening. Fighting spirit, and we got this in the last reading. So stay strong, persevere, do not give up. Stormy, now this is a number 1. So this new journey is going to cause some weather conflict. And when it's weather, that is internal weather, a lot of ups and downs. It's going to be very emotional for you. And it's going to be the start of emotional. But remember, you have this very positive things happening here. So when you have this emotional situation, surrender to the divine. That's in the center of your reading. So I figure that's going to be pretty big. Set some healthy boundaries, definitely. And when you're reflecting, it really makes me think this month is really for you seeking solitude and setting boundaries with some friends here. I really see this happening, sticking to your core beliefs. There is definitely a lot of releasing happening, because remember, we have the Justice card, and that's Libra energy, so it's friendship, fighting spirit. I'm not saying to keep it, but remember to surrender to the divine. But it's very positive at the end of this road, but this month may be rocky for you. But remember to set some boundaries. And then lastly, be open to receiving. There's some change definitely happening, because this card is number 50 and it is equal 5. There's some change happening, but remember to stick to some core beliefs. Be open to new possibilities. Be open to receiving whatever this month has to offer to you, because God is giving it to you, and you want to be open for the gifts. Do not be closed. Just because you're setting some boundaries does not mean to be closed off to love and compassion, okay? You want to practice the love and compassion. You want to really look within. You want to stick to your core values. You will have the truth, and there will be some balance and harmony, especially with friendships. I'm pointing to all the major arcana cards here. And just know that you will have to surrender to the divine. The adjustments are required, okay? But it's very positive for you at the end of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more for eclipse reading, check out my Patreon, because it will be up there on my Patreon. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chose the cherry quartz, which is one of my favorites. Love this crystal. And when you pick crystals, you pick them like, you don't just say, today I'm going to go pick a cherry quartz. No, you go to the store or wherever you are buying your crystal. You can buy them online, and whatever is calling your name is the crystal. So that one was calling my name, and it is just so gorgeous. Anyway, okay, so Group 3, let's get started on your reading for this month of October. And we have the 4 of Cups. This is about, he looks sad here, because whenever we're dealing with water, it's about emotions, okay? He looks like he's sad, but this could be possibly like feeling unfulfilled. Unexpected gifts is what I usually get with this 4 cards. Not being grateful for what you have, and contemplating, emotionally contemplating is what we get with that. Three of Cups. Yeah, so it's very emotional for you, but this is also about celebrating. It is going to be Libra season, and any air energy is all about celebrating with some friends, socializing, not celebrating. But this is a card of celebrating. So you will be feeling sad. This will be more internal. But with that said, not but with that said, you have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is also about friendships and having a support group and girlfriends as well too. But that's a guy and a girl, so and two girls. And we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about sticking to your core values, seeking traditions in religion. It could be like some ceremony of fitting in. Also, it's Taurus energy, so it's very stuck and fixed, and it believes in the traditions of things, right? Also, the quality of things, because that's what Taurus would do over quantity. And the Knight of Swords, is any knight is air, and this is super fast energy, especially when it comes to intellect and communication. So when you have it in the air, we're always dealing with communication, but it could be fast thinking. Someone who's probably into traveling because they are moving, and maybe it's a change of lifestyle too. But because we have this Hierophant, which is like sticking to core beliefs, I'm thinking it's something with the clarity here. That's what I'm thinking. Something with your brain, but it's moving fast here. The energy of moving fast, thinking fast, not moving fast, but thinking fast and moving. Ooh, and then we have a transition, like a healing. This is really the 6. I'm facing it towards me. So this is the 6. It says 9, 6, but I just want to clarify that this is a 6, and this is the 6 of Swords, and there's some type of transition or relocating or moving on. Very calm waters with that energy. So far this month, it's about contemplating or not feeling fulfilled. This is what we get with this card. Celebrations, having support group, sticking to your core values, that is in the center, and it's a major arcana, very traditional, stick to tradition, and our religious leader, and high in communication, fast in thinking. Your thinking is going to really work for you this month, and it's going to cause some type of transition. Let's see what else we have for this month. With these Eclipse, I'm going to actually just lay them all out so I can connect them for you. Okay, so we have a few major arcana cards here, and we have again the six of cups, and this is something like nostalgic. I don't know. I wonder why the author of this deck put this here. It makes me want to read it, but this is about being innocent and reunions and friendship. So not feeling fulfilled in some friendships, or maybe this support group here. There's something from the past. This means something for the past, and you are probably looking in the past, because I feel like the card is looking down in your past when it comes to your support group here. So there's something there with the support group, and then here with this support group, it feels like they hurt your heart. The 3 of Cups is also about heartbreak. And I'm sorry, just making sure everything stays focused. It's about heartbreak, divorce, loss. Could be depression too. Normally there is a heart here, and there's 3 swords and a heart, and it could be also surgery too, right? And then we have the cherry right on top of this. But there's some type of heartbreak happening, and you want to stick to your core values when it's dealing with this heartbreak, and your morals and your true religion, your true beliefs. Okay. Libra season is very highly socializing, but there's something from your past, and it's very emotional, and it's going to cause a heartbreak with this relationships here. But here you have this major arcana to stick to your past and to know your past, right? Stick to your core values is really what I mean. Now we have this World card, and the World card is very positive. It could mean the internet, right? But there's a completion of a goal here, or just a completion, a culmination, completion of a lesson. Could also mean traveling the world, or migrating in some sort. And you're sticking to and you're moving because this person, you're thinking fast, you're moving, and it's going to cause a completion here. This core values completion. We got to get more into that, but I will look more into that when I pull the next card. And then you have, this is Leo energy. This is Jupiter energy. So abundance, world, philosophy is what you get. And I'm wondering if you're going to get some philosophy with your beliefs here. That definitely seems connected there. So more not a completion, but maybe a completion in your philosophies and what you think of life. And your core values are going to be linked to this new philosophy of life. Now you have the strength card, and the strength is all about staying strong. It is definitely what it means. And it's also having inner compassion, right? So it's confident in self-love and having so much inner patience that you can pull out this compassion, okay? This person is so compassionate. They have so much inner strength that they can tame a beast. So that is what you get with this. And this is the Leo in the upright. So this is when a Leo is at its best, Leo energy, and they are very confident, very brave, and very loving and charming. That is the energy you get with that. Very creative and very inspirational. So that is what you get. And this is going to happen at the beginning and towards the end. But this is going to give you some healing, and some transition is definitely happening here. Now here I'm a little more, you may be aware more than me of what's going on here, but I want to connect this more. Let me actually pull the Moonology card. I pulled this deck for your reading today because of the eclipse. So let's see what we have here. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius, and this is Jupiter. So this is connected to me because Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. And look at the big picture. Now, when it's Gemini, it's looking at the small day-to-day. This is more huge, beyond your world, beyond your community, is what we have. And I wonder if these friendships are limiting, and you need to look at the bigger picture. Sagittarius is very positive and optimistic. So when you are dealing with these small friendships, a small support group, you probably need to go bigger because you're thinking very small and very limiting belief. And Jupiter is very positive and expansive, abundance, right? Now, what do you need to release? Now you have these core values here, and then there's a culmination, there's a change of your belief system, and it's something that you need to release. Now, I wonder if you need to release this root here, because Taurus is very fixed and doesn't want to change, but it looks like the cards are saying that it needs to change emotionally and something needs to be released to get this new philosophy. And here we have a new romance, because this is the new moon in Libra. And that is what we have, that the new moon is in Libra. The eclipse will be Libra energy. So this is all about relationships and harmony. And there may be some fast movement here. Leo is all about romance. So if you are here to gain some romance, that could be happening here. Or if you are here to further your relationship, definitely it's going to happen for you in October now. But there needs to be some clarity and clear communication happening on your end. Clarity will happen, but you have to communicate it, okay? Because that's what that Knight of Swords, and we'll pull one more. The energy of gaining momentum. So you will be moving forward this end of here, and it looks like there'll be a change, a transition happening for you. Actually, let me move the cards like this. No. Okay. No. What am I doing? I'll leave it like this because they're touching and they're connected. I just didn't like that it was leaning. This is what you get when you have the unedited version, okay? Okay, so let me pull a few more cards for you. Group 3. Now, if you want a full reading on the eclipse, I will put that on my Patreon. So go ahead and click the link in the bio for that. This isn't every reading so far. God is saying that everyone needs to have a fighting spirit. Do not give up this month, regardless. And also that is a 9. That means it's the end of the journey. So stay strong. Also, we have murky waters, and it's a 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0, so it's the beginning of new infinite possibilities. Murky waters means that there is some emotions that are ups and downs. So here we had a lot of a lot of water energy. So that is just almost a redundant thing. So, but look at the bigger picture when it comes to emotions, because you're going to have some murky waters. It's going to be very emotional, and the moon is very moody. So you're going to get that with that. Updates to your system. 8, movement, progression when it comes to how you do things. You know how you have an iPhone and you have to like upgrade, not buy it, but make the update. And some say the updates are amazing. But this is what it's saying, you need to update. So I'm thinking you really have to update your traditional values here. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a bigger picture, bigger philosophy happening here, bigger world, and more abundance. And this is a 5, which is change. So there needs to be an update, and then that's going to cause some progressions here to the system. Know your worth. I think this is just what we know, and you see the coins in the background, but this is know your worth with when it comes to your resources. You have the resources. God has given you all the resources naturally. So know your worth. Know that you can communicate and think logically, right? And you have the inner compassion and the inner strength and creativity. And this is going to bring some new romance in your life, a new union of some sort. And a new moon is very positive. It's about manifestation. And you just need to know your worth, definitely. So you can have the confidence with whatever this new union is. And then lastly, claim your energy. This is also about setting some boundaries and knowing like, this is what I believe, this is how I am. And I'm going to set some boundaries because I am claiming my energy. And this is connected to this healing card, which is a transition and moving on. You could be physically moving too, but you have some momentum here when you claim that energy. Okay. I hope this resonated with you guys, group 3. If, like I said earlier, if you want more on this reading on the eclipse, go ahead and check my Patreon. Also, if you want to know more about the eclipse in detail, go ahead and check out my video that's coming up on Sunday. All right, see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group 4. Welcome to your reading. And you picked the lapis crystal. And I said what the meaning is at the beginning. So let's see how this connects to your reading. I always believe that the crystals connect to the reading. Also, too, I just want to clarify that this full moon, lunar moon, is going to be in the sign Taurus. And the solar moon, which is a new moon, and that is what we have October 14th, that's going to be in the sign Libra. So Libra is all about relationships. If you want to know more information, and Taurus is all about resources, right? And if you want to know more, and that's on the 28th, the Taurus full moon. And if you want to know more about the eclipse, I am going to do a video on it. I think I said that earlier. And also, too, if you want a reading on just the eclipse alone, I'm going to do that on my Patreon. So, but now you're here, and this is October, so let's do this for you, group 4. And actually, I'm going to just pull the cards out. The 9 of Cups. Ooh, looks very positive so far. Sorry if the cards look crooked. I'm happy I have a viewfinder now that I can look at these cards. Yeah, okay. So now we have the 9. We have 2 9 cards here. I'm just thinking. Sorry about that sound. We are live here. Okay, so this is all about wishes, and it's also people, when you have this card, you can make a wish. So go ahead and make your wish now. And you can have, with this card, this is about wishes coming true. There's material abundance, good health. Also, like, look at what I have. Look at all the things that I have here. That's what we have here. Very positive for you in October, because it's your wishes are going to manifest and come true. And then there's some clarity here that's happening. And the Swords is all about reason, right? And it's air energy. So you may have a new idea that's happening, a new job, always with these aces here. And just new clarity that could be happening here. Now, the High Priestess is in the center of your reading, and the High Priestess is all about the moon. And we have that eclipse happening, 2 eclipses happening this month. And so this is all about emotions, but you want to tap into that because could be some secrets and some mysteries happening. But it's really about trusting your intuition and using your spiritual wisdom. There's wisdom and then there's spiritual wisdom. And you want to really tap into that with this High Priestess. We're going to pull some other cards to connect it. Now, the Page of Pentacles is Earth, double Earth energy, because all the pages in any suit is Earth energy. So they're really going to take their time, pay attention to the details, looking at the craft, studying any of the suits. But this is Pentacles, so it's like you're studying your craft on resources, or studying your craft on your health, or studying your craft on I said resources, health, right? Family also could happen. Maybe even getting like a new job. This also could be like a young earth sign. And I'm sorry, because my phone, I have things on vibrate, but laptops and computers are all connected to the phone. Anyway, but this also could be, what was I saying? New job. You could get a new raise. Oh, also it could be a young earth person, but this is more a kid, right? So Virgo, Taurus. What is my other earth that I can think of? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I'm sorry. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So this could be a young earth sign, a kid around you. And then, or maybe you're a kid. Okay. And, but also the energy of starting anew when it comes to a new job, anything resources, new home. Yes, anything resources, money, family, right? Or someone who's very patient, new at being patient, but a patient kid. Now we have this 9 of Pentacles. And again, we have, okay, so we have 2 Pentacles back to back here. And Pentacles is always about your resources, right? But the 9 is about the self and luxury. Someone who's self-made is what you have with this card. So some clarity, this abundant, it's very positive for us, but Earth is also physical energy. There could be some solo pleasures happening, very luxurious, and financial gain, self-sufficient, but very self-made. So yeah, so someone's making a wish. They have all these wonderful things happening. They possess them currently, and then there's going to be some clarity or a new job happening, right? A new way of communicating for you. Yeah, mental clarity. And then here we have this abundance. I mean, not abundance, but this spiritual energy right in the middle. Let me pull the next cards to see the connection here. Okay, so then here is when the it's not huge, okay, because there's no major arcanas here. The only major arcana we have here is you tapping into your intuition, but we are dealing with a lot of emotions here this month. So whatever it is that you have in abundance in this new clarity, it's going to bring a heartbreak. The 3 of Swords is all about the heart. It normally has 3 swords diving into a heart, and it could be a heartbreak, a divorce, maybe a loss, maybe depression, also maybe like surgery is what you get from that. But this clarity is going to bring that, and that's definitely what you get during the eclipse season, right? Also here we have the 4 of Cups, and he's looking down, and either he doesn't feel fulfilled, right? Or there could be some unexpected gifts. He's not grateful for what God is giving him. But there is some emotion here, and he's looking down, probably not tapping into that intuition because God is giving him clarity. And if you notice, there's swords all through here. So this is all clarity here, all mental energy dealing with this moon. So wisdom and spirituality. And it's almost like you're not tapping into it. And you need to tap into it because you're looking down away from this card, and God is bringing the clarity and you're looking down. Now, this eclipse season will bring that. It's going to wake you up, and you have to start looking up. Be grateful because you're spilling out the emotions and you're not keeping it in. not to hold emotions, but keeping that water energy, the compassion and the love of self. You're like pouring that out, right? And then we have the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is like an illusion, like too many options. It could be like materialism too. Could be commitment issues too, right? Because it's like, oh, I don't know what to choose. There's so much to choose. And that's what you have with this. And you have a lot of water. This is also dealing with this is sad because it's a heartbreak, but you have water here. So there's a lot of emotions going on for you this month, and that makes sense. But there may be some delusions happening, and you have to stick. And usually spirituality could make you wake up, tap into the intuition, and really focus on that, especially when there's a decision. But here, this is the energy of being patient. Someone's being patient when you have all of these options. And it's so funny because like at the beginning it's very positive, but then it changes. Something's going to change and shift this energy, and it may seem very negative. We're going to pull more cards, but it's very emotional, right? And there's some delusion or I'm confused. This card usually is like there's clouds around, so the confusion happens with this cloud. And then we have Five of Wands. Five is always change and conflict, no matter what the card is. And when you're dealing with wands, there's either obstacles or like rivalry happening here. So let's see. And then because you're abundant and you're focused on your coin and you're being patient, but now there is like conflict and rivalry. We're going to pull some more cards. We're going to pull the Moonology because we're dealing with these eclipses this month. I'm still working on my camera here, but I'm sorry if it looks like it's leaning. Okay, now we have the full moon in Taurus. So this is currently going to happen with this eclipse here. Your dreams need a practical plan. So if you are like in all this abundance, you need to be more practical in your resources here. Okay, so I think this is self-explanatory. Do not spend. Okay, you're like, I got it all. I'm living in abundance. And it looks like this heartbreak is going to cause you to be more practical when it comes to your resources. Okay, so there is going to definitely be an awakening and a closure and releasing of the resources. This is a time for healing. So it looks like you're looking down spiritually for some healing here, this balsamic moon. I love healing, okay, because healing is going to bring some transition in your life. It's very positive. So this emotions here that you're going to be experiencing is going to bring some healing in your life. The answers you need are coming now, and this is Gemini, full moon in Gemini. So, and we have some swords, which I talked about earlier, which is air. And Gemini is all about communication on all levels. So this here, very interesting. This here is going to, this cloudy judgment, this too many options is going to bring some communication, and the answers are going to be answered. You may have cloudy judgment, but tap into that intuition and it's going to come. But this eclipse will have the answers for you. And then lastly, what do you need to release? You need to release something this month. I'm actually going to pull another card. Yeah, I'm going to pull one more card. So what do you need to release this month? And especially with the eclipse, is all about releasing. And let's see. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. Okay. Now I want to read this, right? So this is the deck here, the Oracle cards guidebook. And it says the intensity of the full moon has abated, and what you are left with, this is what this card is asking. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it is time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith, that card, intuition, that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept where things are now and give yourself and others time out to relax, breathe. We can't be all on all the time. If you feel you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how things are differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. So when you have this card, it is about I am where I am and it's okay. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. And here we have in the center, the answers are coming. So be patient, especially when it comes to this conflict, right? Because you are like, oh, I'm solo, bolo, I'm doing amazing. And now there's this conflict, but the answers are coming. There's something that you need to release from this Five of Swords, which this Five of Swords, not Five of Swords, this Five of Wands, and it was all about like conflict here. So rivalry and challenges. So yes, okay. Avoid falling into a slump though, too. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experiences with someone else. Okay, so that's what we have. Let me pull some oracle cards, and what that will conclude your reading for this month. Update your systems. So this is like, like when you update your iPhone, my Tesla updates on its own, but you need to update your systems, the way you're doing stuff. You're sitting here pretty, everything's amazing. This heartbreak is going to be a change. Your dreams need a practical plan, and you need to update your systems to be more practical, to be more earth, right? And once you do that, there will be more movement and growth. You're on fire. 44 is almost like an angel number, right? And it's about stability and structure. And there's some passion here. So whatever is happening here is going to cause some passion. It's going to cause some inner fire, but it's going to bring some structure in your life, okay? Let's see what else. Be open to receiving. Because of this change in conflict, be open to God. The answers are coming. Whatever the answers are, be open to listening, because the Gemini wants to listen. So be open to the answers of receiving the gift. And then you have tell it like it is. It really bugs me that the cards are, I guess because these cards are skinnier. But tell it like it is. You want to be honest, especially when you have that Gemini coming up right here in the middle here, but tell it like it is. Really communicate. This is the end of some journey, and you want to speak up. You want to be strong, and then you have this fire of conflict. So when you have that conflict, do not be afraid or discouraged to speak up and tell your truth. 10-90 ratio. So now this goes with this energy here, right? So tell it like it is, but also be aware of your reactions, okay? So you are 90%, 10% is the situation, whatever the issue is, 90% is how you react to it, okay? So really pay attention to your reactions and your emotions this month. But other than that, it's very positive. There is a transition, there is a change. There needs to be a change in how you think of life, and you need to update for it to be to be more practical, have more of a practical plan. Up here, it's all about using your intuition, and you're really studying and beginning a new journey, a new life, a new job, new finances, but you're using very patient energy, and God is giving you clarity, and it could be spiritual clarity. That's what I'm thinking more of, because this is the center of your reading, and we have this blue, and this was tapping into that third eye. So very spiritual, but be open for the answers that are coming, especially for this eclipse season. It's all about releasing and healing for you, group 4. Take a time out to breathe. Okay, slow down in how you react. You want to really take time to really think before you speak or before you react, okay? This is still amazing energy up top. So it's very positive, but know that you're going to have some ups and downs, which life brings you. Anyway, if you want a reading anyhow, not anyway, life brings you ups and downs. That's part of life. That's why we enjoy it so much. Okay, so if you want a reading on the eclipse, click my Patreon. I will have a reading on the eclipse. Also, if you want to know more about the eclipse, go ahead and check out my video. Hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload it. It is a live video on everything that's going to be discussed on eclipse. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.